What's up, fellow Helmlanders? Um, yeah, we're back here reacting to another video. This is a very unfortunate video I had to make, but unfortunately, a necessary one. If you guys don't remember last video, we were looking at, let me sum it up here, essentially a dude who, liberal, mind you, nothing wrong with that. Let me explain myself. A dude who he basically accused Hideo Kojima of being like a racist, misogynist type shit. Um, but then in the video, he gave us a baseless accusation, no evidence, and essentially he used that video as a platform to push a political agenda onto all of us. Not cool, guys. We don't do that here. No. So essentially what I'm doing here is I saw this video. Trench Crusade continues to collapse. From what I see, it is another one of those videos that unfortunately it seems to be another platform. This time for the opposite side. Right wing. Um as you know here, if you've been around for a long time, which isn't very long, we like to cover both sides here on the channel equally. Or in the middle type shit. So, yeah, we covered the liberal side last time. Let's cover the right side. Right is not always right, chat. Um, don't quote me on that. This is, yeah, Trench Crusade continues to collapse. If you guys don't know, Trench Crusade is essentially a tabletop. It's a tabletop war game. I kind of always liked this stuff. It's really fun, tabletops. Um, and this morning I wanted to scroll. I just searched up Trench Crusade here. This is about the sixth video down, and I already got this video, which isn't a good sign here. Um, let's see what this person thinks of people who like this game. Are we A, going to be reasonable here, or are we going to B, get called a cuck liberal because we like this game, or I like it? Let's see here. Cast your votes.
Greetings, Crusaders. It is I, Marshall Bohm.
Incredible already. Great faded intro. Hello, Marshall Bohemond. Please give us something good today.
And, oh boy, it's Trench Crusade time.
Oh boy.
I mean, yeah, it's like, look, you know, the only time I'm ever going to report on Trench Crusade is when they're screwing up again, and let's be real, that's basically all they're good at. So,
Alright, all they're good at? Great. Besides making like a pretty decent game with a great rule set, apparently these guys have screwed up. We're gonna see today, apparently, how it's continuing to collapse. Mind you, Trench Crusade is a very new game, and it's only gained in popularity here, so I'm kind of already calling bullshit on this. But let's hear this guy out, okay? Let's hear how it's continuing to collapse when it hasn't even peaked yet.
but the question is, how are they screwing up now?
Exactly.
Well,
Let's find
Trench
out.
Crusade has recently
Uh,
let out some information stating that they will no longer be releasing any STL or resin format items in the future. This means they are completely abandoning promises of releasing their models as STLs for 3D printers, and that they are going to be moving entirely to a plastic releases format. Essentially, they are adopting the Games Workshop release model, of which they have now released at least one kit. That being the Prussian Stusstrumpen Warband.
okay, first off, that's metal as fuck. These guys look awesome. All right, kudos to Trench Crusade here. Basically, if you guys didn't catch that, uh, what Games Workshop did, which is the guys who made Warhammer 40K, instead of giving you templates to 3D print stuff, um, they're basically just selling little minifigures to give you instead of just giving you what is essentially the blueprint for so you can print like stuff. Um, first of all, already this is going to be better for them financially. And unfortunately, I think it is essential. They're a growing company. They're going to need to make money. They can't just give everybody this shareable, keep in mind, this shareable blueprint so that you don't even have to buy their kits anymore. Now they're making no money. They won't be able to continue. Um, I think as sad as this is, it's necessary. Like I'm not a CEO. I'm not like a fucking multi-million. I don't own Tesla. I don't own Facebook. I don't own Twitter. But I think it's pretty obvious why they did this. They want to make money, and that's any company. In order to continue, in order to expand, you need to make money in this world. You know, this guy, this guy might be a communist. He might be an anarchist. I don't think he realizes that money is kind of essential, and sadly, you can't get everything you want for free. So let's see here. This is about $50, for this whole kit, which is kind of crazy. But he did say that its competitors are doing the same. So let's see here.
$49.99 for 8 models with 2 options each, which
8 models, that's like an entire army if you don't know about Trench
uh,
Crusade.
not gonna lie, kind of bad, really, when you consider that,
Kind of bad. I
by
mean, look.
comparison, a $53 Imperial Guardsman box is, 10 models with a lot of options, appearance options, weapons, what have you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not shilling Games Workshop here. Games Workshop absolutely overcharges, and you should not buy from them.
Right.
But, like, let's be real here. Um, Looking at this Trench
Speak.
Crusade
Use your words.
Prussian Stas Trumpen
Oh,
box,
okay. I'm already getting old here.
it's not a good value for money. It's 2 less models, less options, not much of a price difference between them. I mean, honestly, if you go to buy Games
Oh
Workshop stuff
my
from somewhere like
god.
Amazon, you
Okay. First of all, you heard what this guy said. That apparently this package has 2 more models than this one, which makes sense. This is cheaper anyway. But you have to keep in mind what this guy isn't taking into account is that this game is different from this game. Trench Crusade is on a much smaller scale than Warhammer's. Okay, Trench Crusade, this is an entire team right here. You can send this team in a battle right away, unpackage it, boom. This is one little squad, and it's $50. It is 50 bucks. Oh my god. This doesn't even take up 25% of your army in Warhammer. I don't mean to sound like a nerd, but like this is nothing. This is your entire crew. You could roll with this thing. Pay 50 bucks for an army or pay what is that about $800 in total. Um like already not much sense being made here. Like Warhammer is unbelievably
a lot of
expensive.
options. Don't be wrong.
A lot of options. Let's see. That's about seven riflemen, one flamethrower, one guy with a chainsword. Let's see the options over here. I can't even tell you what these guys are because they're so varied. These guys aren't a lot of options.
Comparison, not shilling Games
Come
Workshop here.
on, move
Games
along. Move
Crusade, Prussian
along.
2 less models, less
Two
options,
less models is a
not much of a
smaller game.
price difference between them. I mean, honestly, if you go to buy Games Workshop stuff from somewhere like Amazon, you get a significant discount. I mean,
Significant discount. It's about $5, but sure, sure, great. Significant discount. Thanks for the five
like
extra
you can get the
dollars.
Cadian shock troops for $45 off Amazon, for example.
Incredible.
So yeah, th- th- this is
Except I don't want Cadian shock troops. I want
this is an
Prussian
awful price point.
soldiers.
But that's more me just like, complaining about the financials, which you should complain about.
Yeah,
They're
it's
they're
just you
awful.
though. It's just you. All right.
Clear
Next.
on the part of the Trench Crusade creators to
All right.
deliver a worthwhile product. I mean, like, hey, who else remembers when they finally released their pre-made resin pieces that they promised as part of the Kickstarter, and people got it, and the resin was sticky and uncured. Which I will point out two things: one is toxic. Resin is incredibly toxic, especially uncured resin. I mean, it's a powerful carcinogen, and two, that can cause chemical burns. So yeah,
Wet sticky resin. Okay. All right. I mean, there could be a larger story behind this. Either the guys didn't pack this right, or the people didn't pack this right. Somebody didn't pack this right. Is anybody else complaining about this though, or was it just this guy? Is this an isolated incident? I need more
I'm
context here.
guessing after the absolute disaster that was their original ship models, they just decided to go into cope mode. And it's like, oh, we're just never going to do this anymore. We're just going to focus on pre-made kits like Games Workshop does. Once again, going against promises they've made that they're going to try to not be like Games Workshop, but here we are. Um,
Imagine being able to
Huh.
build an app with your name
Okay,
on it
you know what? It's
just
not
by
near
thinking about it.
not nearly as bad as the other
Meet
video,
Base
so
44.
we're set.
it's also funny because, this also moves away from the fact that they said they wanted things like 3D printing and miniature agnosticism to be focuses of the game. That, oh, there wouldn't be official minis. So again, more promises broken.
Be officials, man.
Uh,
Okay, my brain is kind of fried right now listening to this guy. What did he say?
away from the fact that they said they wanted things like 3D printing and miniature agnosticism to be focuses of the game. That, oh, there wouldn't be official minis. So again, more promises broken.
Okay, yeah, this was probably like last year they said that. They probably didn't expect their company to get this big. Sadly, like I think these plastic miniatures are just more affordable. Like you can't just be having these resin printers. Like I know some of you guys are autistic and some of you guys just really, really like 3D printing. That's great. But it's not for everybody. And honestly, look, as a person who doesn't have a 3D printer, this is a great thing to bring up. I haven't been able to play my other favorite tabletop game because I don't have a 3D printer. If I would love for them to send me a plastic box of little miniatures already made for me because I don't have a 3D printer to fuck around with. They gave me these blueprints. I spent like $100 for blueprints I can't even use. I wish they would send me little plastic miniatures. Not everybody has this massive like 3D printer setup. Like, oh, I just want to play the game.
Uh, is there anything really more I need to say at this point? I'm
Yeah,
seriously
maybe you just need to actually just stop talking.
out several times now because that keeps messing up. And now they're moving to a Games Workshop style model release system at Games Workshop prices. I mean, Games Workshop
Games Workshop prices, yeah, but you need less models for this game than you do for Warhammer. Like I said, 50 bucks, you already have your entire army. Games Workshop will have you paying 600. They have you, it's a huge scheme. They have you buy bit by bit little packages so you can build a bigger army. It's bull crap, dude. It's so bull.
itself is having trouble with, keeping customers with the cost of their minis.
Yeah,
Trench Crusade is
that's
not going to be able
bullcrap.
to keep this up. They are not big time enough to keep it up.
Oh, they could though.
They don't have the means financially or in terms of like a fan base to do.
And that's why they do it. They need financial money. They're a growing company. So they need to push out these prices. If you're willing to buy, if you're willing to spend $600 for an army, they know you're willing to spend $50 for Trench Crusade. It's as simple as that. It's great marketing.
do this. That's the simple fact. I This is probably just going to be a short video just because, I mean, what else more do I need to say? This is just,
Yeah, there's like nothing else you could say that could change my mind. Like,
there's just more of the Trench Crusade people
it's another nothing
completely
burger.
floundering. They've screwed up their lore. They've screwed up their minis.
How have they
They've
screwed up
screwed
their
up their
lore?
rule
I
books.
actually
They
read their
continue
lore.
to
How did
screw up. The only times they make waves, and I said this in my previous video, is when they screw up. I genuinely believe by kicking out, kicking out, much as you can kick someone out of anything, if you're a leftist. Because remember, like I said in yet another video,
wait,
leftists
what?
can't gatekeep.
Oh my god. This I knew this guy was a right winger, bro. Dude, I compl he just called me out for being leftist because I like this game. Is that what just happened? I completely forgot we were even political, but this guy brought it up. If you're a leftist, sorry,
They
what did you
can't keep
say?
leftists. Because remember, kicking out, much as you can kick someone out of
Like, what does this have anything to do with leftism?
anything,
What?
if you're a leftist. Because remember, like I said in yet another video, leftists can't gatekeep. They can't keep people, normal people, from collecting Trench Crusade and enjoying Trench Crusade.
That's not their idea. And here we go again. I knew it. This guy is a right wing. He is clearly has an agenda with this video. He has pointed out probably one isolated incident. Again, with these videos that just give you no evidence on anything and are here to solely give you some propaganda, feed you some propaganda, just to take a massive dump in your mouth, just a huge turd, because I want to enjoy this game, because I like Hideo Kojima, so I'm racist for that. And I like playing Trench Crusade, so I'm a lefty. I'm a lefty who doesn't want anyone to enjoy this game.
Impossible. They can't do that. But what they can do is alienate customers. They can make people not want to buy Trench Crusade. They can make people not want to spend money on it. We've seen how devastating this can be to Catalyst Game Labs and Games Workshop.
Okay, why would they not want people to? Am I missing something? Why would they not want people to buy their product?
That's impossible. They can't do that. But what they can do is alienate customers. They can make people not want to buy Trench Crusade. They can
Excuse
make
me?
people not want to spend money on it. We've seen how devastating this can be to Catalyst Game Labs and Games Workshop. Catalyst is in a slightly better position than, I don't even know the name of the company that does Trench Crusade, and frankly, I don't want to know.
I seriously doubt Catalyst is because I've never heard of Catalyst, and this guy is probably just dogging on him for no reason.
Developers will be. Again, by kicking out, air quotes, kicking out everyone who could have advised them, everyone who could have guided them into making a proper tabletop setting, they are now stuck with this. They're now stuck floundering, scrambling, and clawing for purchase in a big industry that they are not ready to join.
See, this guy, everything this guy is saying is false. I could go online and there are so many videos on Trench Crusade. There are so many people playing this game. Trench Crusade is not nearly as dead as this guy wants to make it out to be. And as a matter of fact, he's going after like them for being liberals. The company, I guess. I haven't seen a single bit of evidence of them like doing anything wrong. Yeah, the whole resin thing, the sticky resin, that was bad. They're a newer company. They're probably like still figuring stuff out. I mean, there could be like a civil lawsuit there. Um, it was a mess up, probably by one dude who didn't inspect it right. Maybe probably lost his job. But like, like, what are we doing?
I firmly believe if I had to offer any advice to the Trench Crusade developers,
I don't think they want
and
your advice, buddy.
actual advice, no
Let's hear it.
vitriol, no
Let's hear
nothing, just
it.
pure objective truth.
This guy's the expert.
Stop now. Stop now.
Wonderful.
Pull back. Say
Exactly what I expected.
business unprepared and it's going to cost you. And you don't have a customer base or a fandom to pull you out.
They do have a fandom. Actually, while we're here, let's take a second. Let's see here. Um, Lore breakdown. Let's see. What is Trench Crusade? Um, complete lore. Oh wow, they even have their own iceberg. They have a bunch of lore maps, a bunch of shorts here. Yeah, doesn't have a fandom. You're lying.
Floundering, scrambling, and
You're lying.
advice, no vitriol, no nothing. Just
This was
pure
2 weeks ago too. This isn't out of date.
objective truth. Apologize. That is what you need to do.
What did he say?
Apologize.
Apologize for what?
Reevaluate. Try again. Apologize. That is what you need to do. You're trying to leap into this business unprepared and it's going to cost you. And you don't have a customer base
This guy is trying to sound.
or a fandom to pull you out. That's my advice to them. They're not going to listen to me, of course. I'm just a right-wing chud who they kicked out of Trench Crusade. So, you know.
Oh man. Okay, you just exposed yourself.
Like, they won't listen to me or Arch or anyone else who could actually help them. They're only going to listen to their own fans who are going to continuously give them toxic positivity until they collapse, which is unfortunate. But, frankly, I think maybe that might be necessary. But that said, they need to reevaluate, regroup, and try again. They need to start.
You just said, didn't you just tell them to stop and back out? Now you're telling them to try again. Like, dude, nobody asked for your advice. Nobody wants your advice. Nobody knows who you are. Um, yeah, they don't need your company advice. Like, what do you know? You literally came after them for being leftist. You called yourself out. I'm a right-wing chud who got kicked out. This dude probably got kicked out because he was acting like a weirdo in the Discord. Um, just a total freak. He probably got into an argument with a leftist because they're left, and he got kicked out. And now he's salty about it on here. That's my diagnosis. I've seen it all the time. Um, it's like you're not helping anybody with this video. Please stop.
Over. They need to make the stakes in their setting matter. They need to stop with the weird anti-Christian propaganda. They need to
Anti-Christian propaganda, dude. Okay, this is the worst argument I've ever heard out of this. This Trench Crusade, this is not anti-Christian. It's not. And you know, I will explain when the video ends.
actually go back to the drawing board on their miniatures and releasing them. They need to reevaluate the STL thing. They need to reevaluate everything. And frankly, I don't think they have it. Like I said, I don't think they have it in them. I really don't. Well, that said, you know, once again, that's me, Marshall Beaumont, ranting and raving about Trench Crusade and how it's basically doomed.
Thank you for your input, Marshall Beaumont. Thank you. Nice little ratio there. 6,000 views, 244 likes. Let me explain. People like to say Trench Crusade is anti-Christian. They like to say, oh, the forces of heaven are just as bad as the forces of hell. They're not. Well, you know what? They might be. But that's not a bad thing. And in no way is it saying in real life that this is insulting religion. It's not. This takes place in a universe where demons came up from hell and have been fighting humanity for hundreds of years. Humans, the forces of heaven have held out for hundreds of years against a seemingly unstoppable odds. And you're saying this is anti-Christian propaganda. What would be disrespectful is if the forces of hell took over easily. But no. The forces of heaven, not only are they not really bad guys, they're seen as the main characters. They're seen as the hope for humanity. If you guys want to check out, I'm sure this video is pretty cool. Check out some lore videos if you're interested. Because uh, I am so tired of people like, what was his name? Marshall Beaumont and what is this? John Delaraz. I don't know, he might be a cool guy. Uh, like, I'm sick of them spreading slander and this just these fake accusations. Same as Metal Gear Lore Keeper with the whole Kojima incident. It's just fake, just big nothing burgers. It's ass. Okay, content like this is borderline propaganda, brain rot. Like, I'm out here tweaking on the nine because I just want to watch some Trench Crusade, and this is the first stuff I see is people calling me a liberal. Like, that's a bad thing. I'm not a liberal. As you know on the channel, we like to stay centered. We like to cover both sides. But it's hard to when you're getting attacked by both sides for liking what you want, liking your hobbies. It doesn't have the fandom or the fans to back them up. I've run into 4 lore videos and several shorts on lore in this game. It doesn't have the fandom. And you're going to go after them for making their prices somewhat similar to 40k, but actually much more fulfilling. Please go somewhere else. This fandom is not for you. I don't think any board game fandom wants you because you're probably just gonna stab them in the back and go after them too because you got banned for being a weirdo. I don't know the full story, but at the end of the day, you can't come after me saying I'm a leftist or a rightist, or I'm racist, or misogynistic for liking something that doesn't call for it. Like, who are you to say? Anyway, I think that's going to end the video here. Okay? Thank you for listening to my rant here. Marshall Bowman, hit me up. We're going to get you a new writer, buddy. We have plenty of writers here at the ministry. We have a whole department. We're huge here. Everybody likes us. Please, find a new hobby. Yeah. See you guys later. Cut my business to the tens and the blues on the way, I ain't stopping this. Yeah, look at the cool, the way that the move, it lost the roof, it lost the medulla. Yeah, twisty but love with the truth, to bring up the tools, you know how to do. Yeah, I had to get on my ass and go get a bag, I knew what I was doing. Yeah, I started zipping the gas inside of the bags, you know how I'm moving. So them I gon' hit the gas if I got the brakes, you know how I'm moving. I ain't on that shit, but I got a couple twists. Yeah, I had to say the word, had to take the ass.